Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to G-Bear's Off-Grid Ways, a homestead in the desert. And today we're going to be doing a product review. Something I received a little while ago, but the weather just hadn't been cooperating, so I haven't been able to do this video. But today it's a fairly nice day, so I'm going to get to it. So I'm inside of my shop container where I keep all my tools and my machinery, and that's because I have a perfect little table here, and I didn't want to wait until after dark to show this product, so I figured I could do it in here. And for darkness, I'll come over here in a little while and I'll pull that wind support right there, let this door close. Then I'll turn and shut off the light right there, and it'll be dark in here. So that should suffice for what I need to be doing. All right, so anyway, here's the main box that the unit came in. Now, I want to mention, you notice the box is opened. It's not because I just opened it. I actually did open this whole thing up, and I took the product out and I did some testing on it prior to doing this video. So I don't want to mislead anybody and say this is exactly as it is coming out of the box, okay? So anyway, they had this big box, and then they had all this air packing and paper packing inside. And then here's the littler box that's the unit comes in. Now this is a solar product, and I'll tell you, I've been using it for probably close to 2 weeks now, and I love this thing. This is something that I recommend highly to anybody, not only people that are off-grid already or people who are moving off-grid, but also to people who like to go camping, people who like to spend some time with friends out in their backyard, people who work on cars. Everybody, they can use this thing. So let's get it out of here, and I'm going to first put my phone in my chest holder here and tilt it back a little ways, and then I can use two hands to get this out. And this comes normally zipped up. And I'm going to get the box out of the way here. But like I said, I've had this thing out and in use for a while. So, inside the case, beautiful case too. Got a nice metal zipper on it. Got separate pouches inside here. Comes with a little instruction manual. And it is the COOSOLUX garden solar work light, off-grid light, whatever you want to call it. Now I'm going to show you some fantastic features of this thing. This I recommend highly to anybody who's going to be going off-grid and have to work after dark and they don't have their solar set up yet. They don't have any power where they're going. So you definitely want to get one of these. This is really worth it. Yeah, you say, oh, it's just a light. Oh, trust me, this is not just a light. Okay? Now this comes in a military green color. And it's got its power switch right over here. And then underneath here, you can lift up the cover here, and you can charge USB-C. So that's what most cell phones are nowadays. So you could use your cell phone charger to charge this up if there's no sun. But if there is sun, it has this nice solar panel on here. Now it takes about 7 hours of full sunlight to completely charge. All right, now I recommend, this is not anything that the company recommends, but this is something that I recommend because you know that I'm into solar, you know that I live off grid, And you know that I've used other solar lights in my cabin and that stuff, and in my outdoors. One thing that you want to do on your very first receipt of this unit is don't just charge it for 7 hours. Charge it for 2 days. Put it out there, charge it all day. Bring it in at night. Don't use it. Don't turn on the lights. Put it back out the next day and charge it again. And then bring it in and use it. Or take it outside and use it. But I like doing that because the lithium-ion batteries that they have in these things, they really do like to have that full boost before you first use them. So that's just something that I believe in and something that I've been doing for years, and I've always had good luck with these. Now look at all of the LEDs in there. There are a lot of them. And then this little side light, you say, well, why do they have two? I'll get to that in a little bit. But you can see it's got 4 in the center here, which are larger spotlights. And then you got LEDs on both sides of it. Okay, now let's set that to one side for a second here. I do want to say while I'm unpacking stuff here that while I had this thing outside, standing on top of my tote koozie and, well, actually laying on top of the railing of my tote koozie just to charge it, twice the wind blew it off the railing and it fell a minimum of 3 feet onto a hardwood surface. No damage, no cracks, no scars, nothing. The thing is durable. It is very durable. And it didn't affect the lighting or anything like that at all. All right, back to the case here. So I haven't taken this part out yet. As you can see, it's still in its wrap. And I think I can, well, I'll have to get my knife out and cut this. Let's see if I got my knife with me. Oh yeah. And this utility knife is like the American Express card. I don't leave home without it. So we're going to cut this open here. And now we can get it out of the pack. So this is a tripod for holding the unit up. Okay, so it's got a lock here. And then I guess you just pull on these legs like this. Oh, let's see. I probably should, oh, I see, I'm not pulling on all of the legs. There we go. So you just pull on it like that and push it down into place and then lock it. Okay, so now it can't slide back up again. All right, so let's set that to one side. It also has 2 more locks here and some screws here, and we'll find out what those are for in a little while. But this unscrews, and it's spring-loaded. That's nice. Pretty interesting. So anyway, this thing extends pretty tall. I looked at the specs on it, and it gets to be about 5 feet tall, and it can go down to 2.5 feet tall. So pretty handy little item there. And then this unit has the little snap-in clips on there, and it's got 2 little holes in the side of this thing. So you would put this in there like this, depress on those side buttons, push it in till it clicks, and now it's attached. So let me put it at a low height because we're going to be working with it. Okay, so now you can loosen this side lock right here, and you can tilt it so that the solar panel is pointing towards the sun and your lights are on the bottom. Okay, so that's pretty cool. All right, now this is your charging port. This is your on-off button, and this also changes the modes, and there's like 4 or 5 different modes to this thing. So it really is a handy little unit. Now, one other thing while I'm at it, it also comes with this other utility pack right here. And you see these 3 metal stakes. And you say, what's that for? Well, because this thing's on a stand, it could get blown over in the wind. So it has these holes in each one of the feet. And you take one of those metal stakes after you put it down on the ground and you stake it down so the wind doesn't blow it over. Pretty cool, huh? I think it is. Anyway, it also comes with a USB charge cable and this little strap. And I'll show you what the strap is for in a little bit here. All right. So, this box is not going to be in the way. I already talked to it earlier and I said, don't get in the way of my video. So you listen to me, box. All right. Anyway, this is how this thing works. All right. Now, because there's no sun here, I don't need the solar panel pointing upward. So I'm going to bring this up straight so it's easier to see what's going on here. And let's turn it towards me. And you can see that it has the 2 lights, okay? Now, the idea behind this is you can use the whole thing together as it sits. But this piece just pops off. It's got these little magnets here. The Neo magnets, it's got them on here. And then it's got contacts here. So it makes contact with these 3 little dots, and then those 3 raised dots help align it in these holes and keep it aligned. Now this has a little hook on it that you can pull out and you can hang it. So if you're camping in a tent, you can hang this in a tent. Now if you're working on your car, it has those magnets on the back. So we can go over here to the metal door and you can just stick it right on the hood of the car. So you've got light. Now this would be really handy if you're broken down on a dark road somewhere and you need to see what's going on in the engine, right? Okay, what are these things for? These actually pull out, and I can't get them because my fingernails, I just cut them. But you pull those out, and that's where that little strap I showed you snaps into. So you can put your hand through the strap and carry this like a flashlight. All right? So you can hang it, magnetically stick it, or carry it in your hand like a flashlight. Now these 4 are floodlights. So those will be just like if you have those on only, you hold it out in front of you as you're walking out in the desert or in the woods or wherever you're camping. It'll be like a giant floodlight in front of you. It'll give you plenty of light. Then you can take it inside your tent and you could turn it on either low, medium, or high, which would give you all of them in high. But this thing will really light your life up. Trust me, I'll show you that in a little bit here. So, we're going to take this, and by the way, this is the little on-off button for this unit alone. But when this is in place on the unit right here, let me get it in place here. Okay, so when it's in place, the one button on the back side of this controls the whole thing, all of the lights at one time. And you can turn it on from the back there and then disconnect this light. I'll show you that. While it's on, it'll stay on. So, I mean, it's got the best of all the worlds, if you ask me. This thing is really a fantastic light. All right, so let's see how bright it is. Let's see how much light this thing will give you. So we're going to head over here and shut off the light. And then I'm going to reach down here. Excuse me while I do that. And pull this little stop. That's so the wind doesn't blow that 2,500 pound door onto my legs while I'm walking in and out and smash me. Now let me see if I can get to that unit there. I think I can use this little scrap. Oh, there's the wind blowing it right now. Almost caught my little dog in the way. All right. So as you can see, there'll be a little light coming in the door. But as you can see, it's pretty darn dark in here. All right. Oh, let's not kill myself. So let's turn this thing around, and the start button is right down here at the bottom. So you're going to press and hold. Oh, I'm not hitting the button, I guess. Where are we? Oh, there it is. It's off to one side here. I was pressing on the cover for the charger. That's how dark it is in here. I can barely see this thing in front of me. The camera is lighting it up a little bit. Okay, so press and hold, and there comes the light on low. Okay, so you only got one light on there. And press it again, and it goes on medium. And press it again, and it goes on high. And that's just that one piece right there on that side. So we press it again. It went down to low, medium, high. What's going on here with this one? Maybe if I'm dropping it too much. No, it's fine. So let's see. Press this one, and there it is. It's got the two lights on. We're going to go one more time on the press button. That's medium. That's high. And that's the floodlight. Let me see if I can get that here so you can see it. Okay, it's just those four in the center. But look at that, how much it lights up the back of the place here. That is really something. Okay, so the next press, if you long press it, it goes out. All right? And it'll be the same on this one. If I long press it, it goes out. Now, there is a sequence on here that if you press it just right, it'll flash also with an SOS flash. Let me put this back into place. Okay, so everything came on that time. I probably didn't have it snapped all the way into place, but now the whole thing is on when I turned it on this time. So that's low. That's medium. And let me get this over to one side here. And that's high. Now that is light. I mean, that's really lighted up. Now, I've been using this thing inside my cabin without the tripod. I just set the unit in my kitchen window, and the sun charges it during the day on the solar panel. And then the lights, of course, are facing into the room. So I just go over and I turn it on at night. Then if I have to go outside or into another room, I just disconnect the small light from here, which, let me show you. If you disconnect that while it's on, it stays on. Okay? So as you can see, this one's on and that one's on. So it doesn't go out just because you disconnected it. And that's on high. Now, let me see if I can get there, snap back into place. Goes down to low, medium, high. Hit it again, back down to low. Okay, so low, medium, high. Back down to low. All right. So I forget, it's in the book, but I forget how you get it to flash the SOS flash. But I'll look it up before I post this, and I'll write it in on how it's done, okay? So let me give you some statistics on this thing, but let me open the door first so that we can see in here. Or just turn on a light, I guess. There we go. All right, so some of the stats on this. It has a green light built into this unit, and when it's in charging from solar, the green light will come on. When you're charging it with the USB port, in the back here, the green light will come on to show it's charging. Now here's another neat little thing. This one also has the little side port here with your USB-C for charging, and there's that would be the little green light that would come on while it was charging. Then it's got a regular USB port right here that when this thing is charged, it can also be a battery pack to charge your cell phone or your laptop or whatever. Isn't that cool? I think that's really fantastic. I love this thing. I've been using the heck out of it. So there it is, snap back into place. And so let's see. It goes, the stand will go from the shortest at about 2.5 feet tall up to a little over 5 feet tall. So that works out great for if you're working in a shop like this and your lights are out for some reason. You just turn this thing on and you work. Or if you're working on your car, set it beside the car and turn the whole thing on. You got plenty of light to see what you're doing. Great little idea. If you go into your garden at night, you can take the whole thing, or you can take just the small light in there so you can see what you're doing at night. Great little item. It's got 3-level brightness. It's 30%, 60%, and full brightness. All right, so that's another good thing about it. The carry case, as I said, is well made. It's padded and strong and well sewn, and it's got a separate compartments for everything, so that works out pretty nice if you ask me. It's also, the whole unit is IP65 waterproof. That means that don't worry about it if it starts raining. You're fine. You can have it outside in the rain and it'll be fine. Okay, I showed you the detachable side light, and I showed you the hook and the lanyard and the magnetic back of it where you can stick it up somewhere. Pretty cool. So you can charge it with solar or USB, and it has a 5800 mega amp hour battery. So it'll charge and run lighting for anywhere from 5 to 12 hours. Now, of course, if you put this thing on high with both units in here running on high, you're going to get about 2 hours out of it. Trust me, I checked that out. But if you put it on low, which gives you plenty of light inside of your cabin to light up a whole room. So if you put it on low, heck, I turned it on at just at sunset, and I didn't go to bed until 11 p.m., and there was no problem. It never dimmed. It stayed full. Now, that's one day I did have it on high for some reason or another, I forget. But I had it on high, and after a bunch of hours, it just didn't completely shut off. It just automatically lowered itself down to low. So it would keep on working. That's pretty cool. Great item. Those of you that follow my channel who have mentioned that you'll be going off-grid sooner or later, trust me, buy one of these. It's worth every penny. And if you go on now, the link will be in the description. If you go on now from Amazon, you're about halfway down through the description of the item, there's a 10% coupon there. So you can just click on apply coupon and get 10% off. That's for all you viewers out there. Also, if you apply for Amazon's premium package card, then you get this thing for free. How's that? $0 just for applying for that card and getting that card. That's a deal. All right, everybody. I want to thank you all for joining me. Questions and comments below. And this is G Bear signing off.